all he ever wanted to do was be perceived as normal with all the normal kids.
His vision is extremely impaired. Ray generally sees outlines. If he sees a bright light source and then has to go out and perform, then his vision might even blacken out for some time.
You see someone in a wheelchair, it's obvious that they have a disability, where when you see Ray, he's doing so well and he's not bothered by the disability. Sometimes it's questionable in people's heads. Is he really, can he see? Maybe he can.
You know, a lot of bullying at school, that was the hard part. So Ray started at 8 years old, and this was our first night in the class, and this boy walked past and Ray's just standing there and he said, "Oh, hello, my name's Joel." And Ray looked at me and goes, "Mum," he said, "hello." That's how bad it was.
First thing I noticed was how welcoming all the kids were. And Ray had sort of found his family as a friend. His work ethic in reviewing all the technical side of it for a boy that don't see too well was pretty amazing.
He was outside the pub trying to get in because he had the wrong shoes on. So he'd thrown his shoes to a friend and his friend was taking his shoes off, ready to throw them over the fence to Ray so that he could get in with these correct shoes. And we bumped into him right there and then, and he was standing in the car park of the pub with no shoes on. And so my friend said, "Hey Ray, this is Tanya." And yeah, we didn't start dating right away.
And one day I just stumbled across a banner on the WKF website that said Disabled Karate Championships. I spoke to my wife and my parents and said, you know, what do you think? Do you think we should try it?
If we didn't go, it's almost like you would feel a personal responsibility for it not working because people didn't support it.
Ray had to overcome his own demons to sort of go and compete para. But he knew that it was a worthy cause.
Somebody tapped us on the shoulder and said, "The President agrees that you're to do a demonstration on the finals day." And so off we walked and we spoke to the Aussie coaches and said, "Hey, this is what they've said to us." And I think that they didn't quite believe it and we weren't too sure. He walked up onto the stage, the lights came down, and I know with the way that the lights were set up that he really wouldn't have been able to see almost anything.
Now, having tested Ray's eyes, I'm absolutely blown away by Ray's ability, his actual, complete expertness in karate, because it would really affect your balance, not being able to see any definition or anything well, as we take for granted, and yet being so able in his movements, so controlled in his kata. Amazing, really, to be able to do that with the level of Ray's vision, or the lack of his vision.
I think it's important to him to promote it to other people so that they realise it's an option. Ray's obstacle is obviously his vision. That's the obvious one and the medically defined one, but we all have our own things to overcome. At any point in your life, I think it's nice to stop and think, well, I actually have control of a lot of things in my life, and I can change the way I think and overcome a lot of obstacles.
My major motivation was always to inspire disabled athletes. Probably the most thing that I get out of karate and martial arts are the fantastic people that I've met. I've got so many people that are supportive and kind and friendly, and they want to support me, and the more support that I feel that I get and the kind of love that comes my way, I'm just really dedicated to giving that back.